That might have been the most intense stretch I've ever had in my life. Holy. Ooh, ooh, my fan's there too.
Team deathmatch.
Oh, let's start this video off now. Let's go. That's what it's about. That's hilarious, yo. Okay, I might like this game a lot more now. Bro, this is actually annoying me. Look how far I slide now. It's like throwing me off. But it's like a good thing, I guess. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's OpTic Try here. And today, alright, we have a nice little cut com, I guess you could tell, yeah. Plus, we're playing IW. So, already 2 things to complain about over nothing. 2 things you can already complain about for nothing. Have fun with it. But I have a pretty solid topic here today. And I tweeted out, I think about yesterday or 2 days ago. Who's going to one day join OpTic? Is that like one of your goals in mind? Is one day your goal or dream to join OpTic? And if it is, then I guess I got some tips for you. If there's someone who can tell you about how to join OpTic and all that, it's probably me, honestly, because I've probably lived and breathed thinking about OpTic like recently for probably about 3 years now. All right, I don't think you understand. 3 years. Let me explain more into it. On some real shit though. This sliding shit is going to annoy me. This was like the worst. Can I change my... You can change it. This entire boosted fucking slide, power slide, as if it was 1960s is really starting to piss me off. Like, I can't stop like when I want to, but now I can. We're good. So to start off now, joining OpTic in general is already like... Joining OpTic is like literally joining a family that you have to like... You have to live and breathe it. You have to be about supporting each other. You have to be about, you know, the movement as a team, not just like independent. You have to be a part of that overall growth. You have to be a part of the entire team, and you have to be involved, right? If the like when you're involved, you expand, you grow, you have a lot more fun. And when you're doing it all together, especially with people who have the same ideas and I guess the same outlook and who want the same goal together, that's what OpTic is. But it's so much more than that. The more you know when you're a part of it, it's so much more than just it's more than just a team. That's the best way to put it. So if I had to tell you what I had to go through both times I joined OpTic, all right, obviously a lot's changed. There's a lot of like members that are not even a part of OpTic anymore that were part of OpTic, and there's like so many different things now. It's a lot different. 2010 OpTic is never going to be the same, all right? So if you had the idea that there was going to be a sniper team or anything like that, as of right now, if I were to ask every single person a part of OpTic right now, I'd be like, yo, man, sniper team, let's do it. They'd be like, why? Literally what they would say, why? And give me reasons why. You know what I mean? That's what every single person in this organization would say. Why? And what's the point? What's the benefits? What is the main goal here for this sniping team? Everyone would question it, all right? So that's where you got to ask yourself that. You got to be honest with yourself. You can't say for the fun of it. You can't say that. It's gotta be worth the time to like overkill it, right? If we're gonna do something like that, it's got to be done perfectly. It's got to be done patiently. It's got to be planned out. It's got to be good. It's got to be the best. All right. It's we're pretty fucking sick and tired of just fucking, you know, just good. We're sick and tired of that. Fuck good. We demand great. So, back in 2011, the first time I joined OpTic, okay, it was much different. There was a sniping team. OpTic Paul was leader at the time. Predator was more involved. Apostle was there. Raider was more involved. Folsom was still around. Willie G was in the team. I can't remember if Willie G was in the team before me, but Midnight was in the team. Oh my god, I'm shredding. Please tell me there's some guy over here. Please, 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 please. I'm sorry, guys. I just killed like a bunch of people there, and I'm like pretty stoked because this game doesn't really enjoy me for that reason. Uh-oh. Top or bottom? Behind us. And then on top. And then there might be one here. Sorry, just making sure, because I don't go on a lot of streaks on this game. But let's ruin some lives over here and make him come up middle. Oh, my favorite. My favorite. They flipped like this game is supposed to. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know how to really use this specialist that much, honestly. Oh gosh. Is this how you use it? Am I gonna take damage? Wait, he disappears too? Oh god. Oh, that's what it does! Okay! So I'm gonna tell you how my first situation was, how I joined OpTic, and how much different it was compared to then. So, first time I ever joined OpTic, I got quite lucky, alright? Obviously, you guys know the story. If you guys don't know the story, I actually got invited to a game of MW2 headquarters. I'm pretty sure the first game we played was either Afghan or Invasion. I'm pretty sure it was Afghan, actually, the more I remember it, because I remember accepting the friend request on Afghan, alright? Very important moment of my life, so I'll remember all things about it, okay? So Apostle sent me a friend request, and he sent me a message beforehand saying, don't say anything. And I didn't say anything. I was super excited. I was super fanboy because I watched this guy on YouTube for so long, right? And as soon as I got that, I started to slowly, I guess, kind of get invites from the Wolfpack. If you guys don't know who the Wolfpack was, it was basically like Predator, Apostle, Jewel, Negrito, Folsom, Rated, Six Winter, Cables. That was what the Wolfpack was. That was us. We were together. We were core. That was us. God, I missed them. And then, like, we're slowly coming back. Slowly. Shh. Don't tell anyone. And, oh, and Midnight was in there too. Sorry. Having those guys on my side was obviously like a big benefit. I didn't have to go through, I guess, Hector, which he wasn't really paying attention to the sniping team. It was basically all Paul and Predator. So I got quite lucky to be a part of the Wolfpack, and that's a big thing. All right, that was a very big thing of how I joined OpTic the first time, because then I actually made a video called Iridescent, and I didn't choose the music. All right. Blarpy chose the music for that video, and the music on that video, Apostle literally loved that video. He loved it so much, and the music is what did it for him. And he would spam it in the OpTic chat, left and right. That's all he would do. He would just spam it, and he was just like, yo, that's my favorite thing. We should get this guy in OpTic. And he would always ask me, he's like, so Pamaja, when are you joining OpTic? And I'm just sitting here like 14, 15 years old, like, what do you mean join OpTic? Like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not joining that. And I would choke up. I would try and be confident. I was like, I don't know. Like everyone else would say. I guarantee you, anyone else would say that. I'm sure if somebody asked you, when are you joining FaZe, you'd be like, I don't know. Like everyone would be like that. That's just like the normal answer. It was funny because after that, I started like grinding. I was like, okay, what things do I do that like capture like these guys' attention? You know what I mean? What is it? Why am I the one to be a part of this group and not someone else? And you know, I was myself. I was hella shy. Honestly, I was very envious, and I had a lot of respect for all the people in there, because they were such high profile people to me, because I watched all of these guys like religiously. Like I would watch all the videos. I'd like try and learn what they do. I'd try and like learn their cool edit effects, learn what songs they could use and all that. I was obsessed. Okay, to join OpTic, to not only join OpTic, to do anything, all right, to know that that's what you're supposed to do. This is what you have to do. All right, this is what you should be. This is what you should feel. Maybe, all right, maybe it might differ, but this is what I felt. Joining OpTic the first time involved me giving up a lot of memories with my friends, giving up eventually all the sports I used to play. I had to drop everything, right? I had to drop like everything. And it was one of those things where this is when you know you're onto something, where you're sleeping, you're tired, you have school tomorrow, something like that. This is what I was. This is how I remember it. I had school tomorrow, and you know, my mom told me to go to bed. I was like, okay, I should probably go to bed. It's kind of late. I go to bed, right? My setup would be right there, and I would try and sleep. I would like toss and turn, toss and turn, toss and turn, and if you just still have the urge to go on and try something new you've just thought of, or you're still thinking about like what you could do to get better, or you're still thinking about that subject or what you're trying to do, and you get up to your computer and go and do it because you can't fight that urge, you're on the right path. Because that's what I would do. So many nights I would try and go to sleep. I would like toss and turn a little bit. I'd just get up and I'd just go to my computer and I'd just try something out. I would go and like work on it. I was obsessed. Literally obsessed. My mom would take away my keyboard and all that. I was obsessed, okay? If there was one sign that would show you're on the right path, that would be it. You're obsessed with it. You can't think of anything else other than that. You have one thing on your mind every single day, and that's it. So if that alone will tell you, like, you're in the right spot, that's what will happen. So I had a private recruitment challenge. I had about a day or two to record for it, whatever. They just wanted to see what I could get. I put, like, OpTic or something in my clan tag, something random. And I hit a bunch of clips. There was a lot. There was, like, it was a solid, like, split 7-man R700 on wet work. Hardcore, though. Still super cool. Probably my coolest clip I like on hardcore, maybe. Besides my back-to-back class. But it's R700. I didn't know how good it was at the time, but that was pretty good. But it was a lot of splits. But what they really liked is how consistent I was. How consistent I could hit quad feeds. How consistent I could put out videos. How consistent I overall was. And that was the thing to be back then, right? If there was so many players out there that could like hit consistent clips, you know, and that was what had a lot of hype around me. Honestly, I was hitting a lot of consistent clips. I was like, you know, I was one of those people that was keeping track of it per day, because that's how obsessed I was with, like, hitting clips. You know, I was fucking obsessed. I was like, okay, man, I'm trying to average like 16 clips a day. Like, that was the type of shit I was on, guys. Like, I was hitting like crazy as shit. And now it's like, you know, it's not as big of a deal, obviously, to hit like whatever clips now, as much as it was anyway back then. But that's what I feel like gave me attention as well. So it was obviously a lot different back then to join OpTic. That's pretty much how I joined OpTic. And then I joined on Ground War Wasteland, like 1 o'clock in the morning. Predator was still up for some weird ass reason, and I was the last person I think I was the only person or something like that he recruited on Xbox. All the other people got recruited from, like, on Skype, but I actually got asked in, like, an Xbox live party, which is some OG shit. Okay, I don't think it gets any more OG than that, yo. I don't think it does. I don't think it really does get more OG than that. That's what's super exciting, yo. Anyway, good times. I'm not sure if you guys are new here, then you guys won't know this. But if you guys aren't new here, then I guess you guys will know the story. If not, maybe you just forgot. So obviously, you guys know I left FaZe in around 2012 around the Catalyst 2. And after that, it was a lot of waiting, a lot of blank space, a lot of uncertainty, okay? Because ever since then, I was thinking about, you know, what am I gonna do? Like, what's gonna happen now? I'm solo. Like, this is the path I chose. Like, this is what I'm going for, right? This is the next step. This is what I wanted. This is what I have to do, right? Every single day from then, I thought about OpTic. Okay, I thought about it. It didn't happen when it was supposed to happen. I waited 2 years longer than when it was supposed to happen. Was it easy? Did I have other thoughts of joining another team? Yeah, obviously. What? There was days at my lowest point where I was upset, I was sad, I was unsure, you know, I wasn't super confident in myself. I didn't show it though. All right, a lot of the times I won't show that because I don't want you guys to see that. Obviously, like obviously, it's good to show that kind of side of myself once in a while, but that shouldn't. If there's one thing I don't want to show, it might be that. But you know, I might for you guys to relate to me more. I might do that because it lets you know you guys aren't alone on that, right? Anyway. But at that point, I was obsessed. Okay, so every single day I was thinking about it. Almost every single week, my mom would always ask, "Austin, when are you joining OpTic? When are you joining OpTic?" And I would lie to her because I didn't know. I was losing hope. I had false hope inside this thing that was supposed to happen, but it just didn't, right? I had false hope, and I had a lot of my mom, and every single time I'd go to an event, she'd be like, "Awesome, when are you joining OpTic? Is this the time? And when you come back, are you gonna be an OpTic?" I'm like, "Yeah, Mom. When I come back, I'll be an OpTic. It'll be dope. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna break the world. We're gonna show it. It's gonna be awesome." And I'd come back, and it didn't happen. Super sad, dude. It sucked. I'd come back. I would come back after like a 6-hour flight. You know, we'd be in LA, Dallas, something like that, whatever events. And I'd come back. I'd have to drive myself home 2 hours from the airport after landing, plus going through customs. That shit was the worst, man. I hated flying. I hated traveling because you guys don't get it. Every single time I'm in Canada, all right? Every single time I would go to LA or just anywhere to the US, I have to get to the airport 2 hours earlier. So if I had a flight at 8 a.m., I have to be there 2 hours before in general. And plus I'm 2 hours away from the airport. So I have to drive at 4 in the morning. Hopefully there's no rush hour traffic. Get there at 6 in the morning. Start going through security. Start going through customs. Do all that, and then I'm there on time. And then mind also all the times I'd come back from the U.S. It was almost always like late at night, and I'd have to go through customs and all. I'd wait for my stuff. I'd park my car there. It'd be cold in the car, super cold in the car. No one ever really picked me up. I would always drive myself, and I'd have to drive 2 hours back home. And there was a couple nights where I was super tired, and I had to wake myself up. All right. Anyway, come home and I'd just be hella sad. It was cold out. There was snow outside. Like, oh, Mom, she's not looking good, Mom. Like, it's cold. I drove. I'm tired. I'm jet lagged. I'm not an OpTic yet. Shit's not looking good, Mom. This is some rough times for your son. And, you know, it was some rough times. And I'd always be like, Mom, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. And then next thing you know, I'd always have to boost myself back up, get myself back in there, keep doing what I'm supposed to do. And I lived like that for like 2 years. To another point, to show you guys how obsessed I was and how prepared and how anxious I was. Because to me, this wasn't just joining another team, right? And I remember telling Hector, like, on the spot, I was like, all right. We had the talk in Austin, Texas, X Games, AEW, where OpTic won gold medal. And I took Hector, I was like, Hector, can we talk? He's like, all right, this is it. And to start off the conversation, I was like, all right, Hector. So if I sound nervous at all, it's not. And if I mess up some of my words in some of this, it's because I give a shit. All right. If I sound nervous at all, it's because I give a shit about this. This isn't something I fucking joke about. This is something I care about. This is something I've thought about. This is something that I've wanted for 2 fucking years. All right. And so many times, okay, before I would go to sleep, I would think about it. And I would think about the conversation I would have with Hector, like face to face, whatever. And I would think about the questions he's going to ask me and how I would answer them and how it might sound when I answered them and how he might react when I say that. And if he does react, how he says like that, or then what I would say to that. I've prepared myself. Like, to a point I was talking to myself, to a point where I was pretending to know what the fuck Hector was going to say. That's what I would do. And that's what I did. Okay? And then next thing you know, it was in the talks, and then I got a call. And then next thing you know, the OpTic house came in. He was like, yo, this is the new house. And there was actually like 2 other houses that we were looking at that were super cool. One had like a piano in it. One was super fucking cool. Anyway, I got the call, and then they were like, yo, Pamaj, looking at another OpTic house. Would you be interested in joining? Do you want to move? Do you want to join OpTic? And they were all there, like Mark, Flame, Big T, Seth. They were all there, like in the same like FaceTime. So awesome! I screamed. I was like, yes! Hung up the phone, went outside my office, and fucking screamed of happiness. And I was smiling the entire night, just absolutely smiling. Okay, so if I were to tell you probably one thing of how to join OpTic, from my personal experience, is to be obsessed with it, to be dedicated towards it, to think about that shit every single day. All right, every single day. If there's one path to joining OpTic, it's gonna be that way. Either that, or you're really nice on the sticks and you replace one of the pro players, which probably will never happen because they're the fucking greatest. Hype them up. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you guys really did, leave a favorite. Commenting is free, as well as subscribing. If this video helped encourage you, or, you know, gave you some insight, or just shared a little bit of my personal story with you guys, you know, just let me know. Like, if this helped you in any way possible, this is what this video is for. It's to remind you that nothing comes just like that. You know, on the internet, you probably see people just like, you know, come up out of nowhere. You're just like, what the fuck? Why did he just... Why him? Chances are that person lives every single day like you are. They wake up the same time as you. Chances are maybe they live in a different time zone. Whatever you want to do, chances are someone is already doing it. All right? Chances are someone is already doing it, and somebody's already making the effort to do it. And you got to remember that. someone always wants that position, and someone is always going to eventually take it when time goes on. All right? Something to keep in mind. I'm also OpTic here, whatever floats your boat. If you guys enjoyed this video, I will see you guys later.